Hey guys. Okay, so I'm going to try and keep this a public chat. So girls that are not on my team can comment and ask questions. Hey Brittany. You got to turn your phone though because I need to have you. I know I'm sideways. Turn your phone because I can't prop my phone up to show you the mascara unless you flip it. Does that work, Katrina? Flip it. Hey. Hey guys. Hey Kelly. Hey hot mom. My Jill. What's up? So I decided because I was on the presenters only page. If you are not a presenter, you can still watch this video because I'm going to show you how to work your 3D Plus mascara. But the chat is all over your face. What do you mean? Oh, it is. Okay. So should I turn my phone? It's going to be really hard. Hi, Melissa. What if I moved over a little bit? How can I make this easy for all of you to see me? Any other ways? I have a few people on here now. I'm going to wait just a couple of seconds and just chat about what I think about the mascara and why I think, let's just go for it. Okay, so my thought on the mascara is that a lot of people are having a hard time with it because it is so different. And when I say hard time, I mean it's just a different brush. There is extra on the brush, like a little bit, it's a little more moist probably because of the treatment. And I absolutely love it. And the brush is also a separating brush. If you can see, it's pretty sharp in there and it helps to separate the lashes. I know a lot of people said that the fibers make it clumpy, but it's because we're really, really aggressive with the brush, like we would do like a regular mascara. And I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to do it the right way on this eye and do it how I usually would do it on that eye. So I'm loving it too. I love it more than the other mascara just because the fibers are less messy. They're easier to put on and keep on. And as you can see, I have nothing. I have hardly any lashes. I have some fullness down at the bottom, but nothing at the edge. So the length that I get from this is just unbelievable. I need to wiggle a lot more gel. Yeah, I think in the beginning, or the first one, I think we needed more gel. We just weren't using it, and then we'd get fibers all over our face. So we had a different challenge, just different challenges. And I did have somebody say on the presenters only page, you know, we shouldn't have to have a makeup artist to teach us how to do it, which that's okay. I mean, I totally understand. You're so right. But especially working in the industry for so long, like we're consultants still, and we really need to educate, especially in our online parties, especially if they're not going to see it hands-on. We need to educate them on how to apply their product. It's like having an eye primer. You want it to keep your eyeshadow on, but if you put too much on, it's just going to fall right off. So with any product, it's a learning situation. And the more videos, the more education, the more things that you have to teach your clients how to use the stuff and keep them coming back to you, the better you're going to be. So if you can see my face, I'm going to start putting on some mascara. So what I did is there's just a little bit extra right here. Okay. So I just took a little bit right there and put it there. Makeup tips. Yes. So here we go. What you want to do, I'm French, this conversation, have nothing to say. That's okay, just watch me put on mascara and suggest it to all your girlfriends. So what I'm going to do is just go down to the bottom of my eye and push it into my brand new lashes that are growing in and push up. Okay? If you guys can pay attention to the comments, if there's any questions that need to be addressed, if you know the answer, please answer them. If you don't, I will take a look in a second when I'm done not poking myself in the eye. So instead of me, and I'm a big advocate of like going in and wiggling and do the whole thing, what I want you to do is just push it down and really go up the lash all the way. Okay? So that way it's separating your lash. When you're wiggling, it's going to clump the lashes together. You saw my lashes, you know what they look like. Okay? So down at the bottom, pull up. Okay? And then the tip of this brush, hold on. The tip of this brush has a really sharp pointy thing at the end. Can you see that? You're going to take it and you're going to separate your lashes. Okay? And I am pushing my lashes where I need them to go. Okay? Then I'm going to take the brush. I'm not putting any more mascara on. And I'm going to do it again. No more gel. Just going up my lash. I mean, you can clearly see that I only have gel on and it's still growing my lash. So I hope that boy that was watching this is like completely impressed and he's going to tell all his girlfriends to come watch this video. I'm impressed. Okay, fibers. And I love my hearts. Thank you for whoever's giving me my hearts. Fibers look like this. I'm sorry I'm late. No worries. Okay. So then you put your fibers on. I put it mid-lash and up. Okay? And again, I'm lightly pushing and going all the way up the lash. Before, I would wiggle on the top of my lash and make sure they get all up in there. This, I'm just setting it there. It's becoming baby daddy. I'm crying. I don't know what you're saying, but that's okay. Alright, so obviously there's a difference, right? And my lashes clump just by nature. Alright? So I have my fibers on there, and I'm blinking. There's no fibers falling. It sticks to that right away. Okay? So then you're going to take your gel again, and if I have to brush off just a little bit. Okay? And now at this point, the wrong way, I would sit and wiggle and do my thing. Okay? Now I'm just taking it and going up the lash. That's it. Okay? I'm not doing anything special. And when I go up the lash, the extra fibers that aren't looking good are coming right off with the brush. I think that's what this brush was designed to do. You don't have to do any extra work. You don't have to wiggle your brush. You just set it down in there. You can feel it separating your lash and then pull it up your lash. And then you take the sharp tip and separate them. Does that make sense? It's not really anything different than you would do with regular mascara. It's something different that I would do with regular mascara because as a makeup artist, I was always taught to like get in there, get aggressive, wiggle that base, and make sure that your mascara is really long. Okay, but this one, you just set it in there and pull all the way up. And you're getting your separation because the brush is so freaking amazing. And you're getting your length because your fibers are following suit with your gel. I have never, ever, ever, because my lashes are so skimpy, had that much length. Ever. I promise you that. I promise you that. So if you want them to be fuller and thicker, what I would do is go to the other eye, do it real quick, just like I did this, okay? And then I'll go do this one the wrong way and show you what we're doing wrong. So I'm not going to wipe off my brush. I'm going to do my wiggle. Right? I love it too. And I still don't think it's going to look terrible on this eye. But you're going to see I'm not getting the length already on that eyeball that I did on the other side because I'm not concentrating it with the brush. Okay, do you think we still need the lash comb? Not as much. This, you can feel like how hard the bristles are. So it literally is separating your lashes as you go up them. And I would never ever as a makeup artist tell anybody to just go up the lash. I mean, you guys have probably heard me a million times if you know me. Yeah, without curling, without anything. You wiggle at the base. You never go up the lash all the way the first time. Like, that's how I would do it. I didn't need mine as much now with the new stuff. Nope. You sure don't. Okay, so I wiggled on that one. You know you don't see the length that I saw on the other. You can hardly see the top of my lash. This is how I would do the other side, okay? Or do my original mascara. Then when I put my mascara fibers on, they're more concentrated on the bottom, okay? And I just threw them on, so now they're clumpy kind of in there, All right, this is the wrong way to do your mascara. And then, you know, you wiggle again, so then you're starting to get clumps. It still looks good. You can almost, like, for me anyway, but you can see I'm getting some clumping. I'm not really getting the separation that I did over here. I'm really getting too much gel at the base. You know, I'm working too hard at it. So it still doesn't look terrible. It's not the magic mascara, right? So I would have to sit there and work and try and get it through there, and then I'd end up getting clumps all over the top. Because it definitely doesn't look as good as this side. Not as clean, not as pretty, exactly. Now this way, this is exactly what I was doing wrong. Yep, this is how it works. So now I'm going to go back on this other lash. Okay, it's not quite dry yet, and I'm just going to kind of separate down at the bottom. And I call this 1.5 coats. Okay, down on the bottom, and there's some lashes I missed even. Okay, 1.5 coats. Okay, are you guys all liking that I'm doing this? It makes more sense. Okay, all the way up the lash, separating them again. Okay. Sometimes it's really hard because they get so long. Like, I'm so used to them not being that long. Look at that. Like, now I'm just going back and separating them using that really sharp edge. See it? There we are. To separate. There we go. Thank you. Can you post it to my Facebook so I can share with my girls? Yeah, there's a way that I can save this to my camera roll, and I'll post it in my group. I think there's a way that you can save it to your camera roll. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to put some more fibers on there. If you scroll up to see who is following this post, you can save it to your camera roll, I believe. Is that right? Okay, so I put a little bit more fibers on. I'm getting a little more fullness now. And I'm going to wipe off the edge. And it just goes right back into the tube. Okay? Because there is a lot on there. There's a lot of gel. It's very, very creamy. Okay? And then I'm going to separate it through here. So I'm still getting the length. I still have a little bit more fullness. Okay? 1.5 coats. And I can take that edge, separate every tiny little lash. And that's how I get that big picture of me with the huge lashes. I really took my time and separated each one. Like, see, I got that fiber there. Okay. There is an option to share it, but I don't think there's an option to save it unless your own. Okay. Let me save it to my camera roll, and I'll see what I can do about sharing it. Maybe I'll email or message Tracy or Melanie, and they can post it on the Presenters Only page so you guys can see the playback. Okay. So, see the length? It's craziness. Now, if I went back and did that on the other one, it would be a clumpy mess. So I'm cute. It's like an event. Boop, boop. What do you guys think? Did that help a little bit with your application? And it's going to help your clients even more. I'll even make a video. Doesn't it look good? Don't we like it? And look at the difference when I actually apply it like mascara should be applied, like the old school way that we wanted to apply mascara without all the tricks and the wiggling and all that stuff. You're welcome, Carly. I love you. Without all the tricks and all that stuff, you know, that's what we're doing here. So a regular application, and then for here I did all my wiggles and all my, you know, tricks and whatever, and it just didn't work. So I'm glad you guys were able to join me. I hope that this helped. And if you need more tricks, you know, I'll be posting more tutorials on my YouTube page, and meet me back here. All right? I love you, ladies.